The information in this episode is current as of the date recorded and is not intended as financial, tax, or legal advice. You should consult your tax, financial, and/or legal advisors before implementing any transactions and/or strategies concerning your finances.
Do you ever struggle with things like sticking to your budget or savings goals? A mid-year financial check-in could be the solution that you're looking for. Hi, my name is Nate VanBrunt. I'm an associate advisor here with JGUA, and today we're going to talk about a blog that I recently wrote called Halfway Through the Year, Are Your Finances on Track? You can start by taking a look at your current budget and spending habits over the last 6 months. This is the time to check in and see if you're overspending in certain areas, underspending in others, or if your budget's right on track. Once you go through and have a good idea about your different spending, you can update your budget and adjust if needed. This is a great check to track your spending, cancel any unused subscriptions you might have, and tailor your budget to your actual spending habits. Next, it's time to check your savings and emergency funds. This will be unique to each person and what their spending and savings goals are. However, I would highly recommend making your emergency fund your top priority if you don't have one already. This would be an account that's easily accessible and has enough funds in it to cover about 3 to 6 months of your current expenses. Another thing you might be saving up for is a nice getaway. You should check to see if you're on track by asking yourself, am I regularly transferring money to my savings account, and is this enough to meet my goals? If that answer is yes, and you have the room in your budget, maybe you can even allocate some more money to save towards that goal. You'll notice I didn't mention retirement savings yet, but don't worry, we'll get to that in just a minute. Now, I don't know about any of the listeners, but I know my life always seems to be changing, especially when I think they're just about to calm down. It's important for your financial goals to change with you as well. Now, they don't have to be rewritten every 6 months, but it's important for your goals to align with your current situation. You might have some core goals that remain the same, however, there might be some small changes that you want to make. Maybe you've changed jobs, moved, or had some other sort of major life event come up. You should take the time to revisit your short and long-term goals. A few examples of some of these might be paying off some sort of debt or saving up for a down payment on a house. Speaking of debt, paying it off can be one of the most powerful tools in improving your financial health. If you don't have one already, now's the time to create a plan to pay off any of those unwanted debts. A question that we get a lot is, what debt should I pay off first? And a good way to prioritize this is to create a list of all of your current outstanding debts and the interest rates associated with them. You can do this in Excel or Google Sheets, which I like to do, or just old-fashioned pen and paper will work as well. Once you have this list, you can go through and review your different interest rates. Each situation is different, however, it's a good rule of thumb to pay off your highest interest debts like credit card debt first. Sometimes these debts can seem like mountains with no sum in sight, but it's important to make a plan to pay more than the minimum on each account. One of the most important things to do as well is to celebrate any progress that you've made, because the hardest thing is getting started. I told you we'd get here, and here we are, your retirement and your investment accounts. The most important thing you can do is not to do what I did here and push it off towards the end, but get started contributing early and really let compound growth do its thing. Another question that we often get is, how much should I contribute? Again, that varies situation to situation. However, one thing that I always preach is to take full advantage of your employer match if it's offered. If you don't do this, you're really leaving free money on the table. You also want to review your investment performance and reallocate and rebalance your portfolios if necessary. Lastly, with 6 months left in the year, you'll want to take a look ahead and ask yourself a few different questions, like what upcoming expenses might I have throughout the rest of the year? Do I need to boost my savings or maybe curb my spending in some certain areas? Or maybe you just got married and had a couple kids, or just got a promotion and your workload's a little bit heavier. Maybe it's time to ask yourself if you need to start talking with a financial advisor and pass some of these matters off. Now's a great time to reset and refine your financial strategy so you can finish the year out strong. It can help you stay in control and lower your levels of stress throughout the year, and it doesn't even need to take more than a half an hour. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future updates. Looking for more insights like this? Head over to our website at jgua.com for additional resources. And if you'd like to talk about your personal financial goals, we'd love to help. Just click the Schedule a Meeting button highlighted on your screen to book your complimentary consultation. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you in the next video.